Hi, I'm Renee, and I am going to do a few minutes working live on a WordPress website, just to show anyone who's new to it how you can change things and change the way things look. There are a lot of great WordPress tutorials out there, including the official ones at wordpress.com, but I just thought it might be useful to some people to just see like a real life what's happening. So this is a site of mine, professionalparentsnetwork.org, that I worked on quite a lot over the last few years, but have kind of let it sit for a little while. I've just transferred it over, and I did a separate video about how I'm moving it over from a self-hosted wordpress.org to a wordpress.com. In this website here, I have been using Divi, which is an elegant themes theme, and I love it. It's a really nice one to work with. But because I am on one of the cheaper plans with WordPress.com, I am now on the free templates over here. So it's automatically put me on a free template, and you can see that even though the content is the same on this site, because I exported it and imported it back into here, they look really different. So this is just a live, quick work through of how I'm going to make this site look a bit nicer. This is currently my welcome homepage, and I'm going into my WordPress.com dashboard to change things. There's two ways that you can work on a WordPress site. There's this WordPress.com dashboard, but there's also, right down the bottom here, the WordPress admin. I actually prefer working. It's a bit hard to click on at the moment because it's right under. I just had a few issues there with the recording because when I was in the WordPress.com, I'm trying to click right down the bottom, and this is where my screencast record button is. So I've clicked down here on the bottom, WP admin, and that opens over here this dashboard, which I prefer to work in. It does very much the same thing as this WordPress.com one, but I think it's slightly easier to work in. Very soon, WordPress are upgrading even more again and using this Gutenberg editor. I'm not quite ready to learn how to use that, so I'm just going to work with something I'm familiar with first, and then later I might practice doing that. So the building blocks of WordPress are posts, pages, and a few other things, but these are the main things. So here on this website, the posts that I've got 200 published posts. I've got 25 published pages. So if you look at this original website here, these are my pages: welcome, about, blog, profiles, contact. I have what's called a static welcome page or home page, where I've just got a bit of text and I've told it what I want this page to look like. Whereas my new site over here has what's called a blog roll on the welcome page. We've also ended up with two of every page because I've got I already had some stuff in the original site and it's just a bit of a mess. So I'm going to go tidy it up, and I'm going to do that live for anyone that's trying to learn how to use WordPress. So the very first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this header. So I'm going across, okay, I'm going to work in this dashboard. So to do the headers, I'm going to go into Appearance. Now, firstly, the theme I'm working in is just a default one that WordPress has given me. So to see which one I'm working in, you go to Appearance, you go Themes, and here it's 2010. It says active. There are a lot of other themes you can choose from, and at some point in the near future, I'm going to need to go through and choose. I really like Divi, which is this one, which is a lot of control and drag and drop over how a site looks. But to be able to use that, you need quite an expensive upgraded plan, and I also pay for Divi on top of that. So I don't want to do that now. I want to either choose a free, so clicking here on the right, I can click on free. All of these templates are free. And a template is, or a theme they call it, is just a template where you have to fit things into the way that it looks. You have a little bit of control to customize it, but really you need to like the look of the theme to begin with, because once you choose it, you're going to be fitting around that. I quite like the look of this gateway one here, or this Lovecraft, all look quite nice. So I might just activate this one, because right now it really doesn't matter which one I use. because I've not done much work on it yet. So that will mean that when I go back here and refresh my screen, it's going to put it in that new format. So there we go, that's in the new format there. You can do that as many times as you like, but I suggest that you choose a theme fairly early on that you like the look of, because every time you change it, it's going to throw a few things out. Then it is pulling these things from different places in my dashboard. So at the moment on the home page, this is a blog roll. I don't want that. I want what's called a static front page. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to go onto my home page settings. Your home page displays your latest post, which is what it's doing now. It's just doing a roll of all my blog posts. I don't want that. I want a static page, and a static page is just a fixed page. Which one do I want? I want, this gets tricky, I've got a stack of pages there that I'm going to have to go through and look. I want welcome. So that should come straight up, and there is my text. It's not too neat. It's got something here I've got to get rid of. But see here how this text is coming from that original. That's that same text there. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that. And the posts, any blog posts, I want them to go to the blog page. So then I'm going to publish. And then if I refresh my screen again, I'm going to get here. This is a bit of a mess. I'm going to have to go fix that, but I'm just getting a welcome page. And then on the blog page, I've got two, so that's a bit confusing. But the blog page will be that feed or blog roll. Let's tidy up this menu. The way that we do that is go back. Now this is my dashboard again. So I'm going to go into, I couldn't go straight into menus, but what I want to do is the menu is pulling stuff from my pages. So I'm going to go look at the pages and see what I've got there. I've got a lot of doubled up pages and pages that I'm not using, so I need to tidy that up a bit. That's going to take me longer than I have on a screencast, so I'm just going to pause for a minute. So back again, what I've done with most of these now is I've gone through, and you'll see most of them are draft. So if you want to do anything with pages, a quick edit, you just hover over here, click on quick edit, and then you can go here on the right and they can be published, pending review, or draft. So I basically just turned a lot of them off that I want to go back and look at later. And then the pages that are still active, I've got my about page, I've got my community page, profiles, the welcome, they're the main ones, and the blog. I'm going to go into the welcome. So you've either got a quick edit where you can just do a few quick little things, or cancel that and do a full edit, either just clicking on there or on the edit. And before, on the front page, all of this text is carried across from my old website and needs to go. So I just cut all of that out there and update. And then okay, so then by refreshing that, that should over here just wipe that. So that's looking a little better. Still a bit of a mess, but it's getting there. So back into the appearance and customize the theme here. And then you just go through each of these one by one and update things. So the site identity, I've got the site title, my tagline. You can add a logo, and then you can decide by clicking on that whether you want that to actually display at the top of your website. I do at the moment, and go back. Colors and backgrounds, I'm happy with leaving as is. Fonts, I'll just leave it default. The header image, so I don't want that one. I want a new image. So I'm going to see whether I can quickly find what I want in my media library, which is there. That's my banner, but that's in the wrong format. That's in a square. So what I'm looking for, what I'm looking through here is all previous images that I've had on the site. And I am scrolling through to find my banner, which is proving a little bit difficult. So I might just upload it again. These are all the images that I've uploaded to blog posts at different times. There's one banner there, but that's only a small one. That one is my block. That's a square, so it's the wrong format. So no, I will upload a file. So in my downloads here, I have the one from the old site, and I think hopefully that's going to be in the right format. Slightly drag over there, maybe just crop it a little that way. Crop image, and then that should update there. You can see there that this is cutting off the bottom there, so sometimes depending on the format of the theme you may have to play around with that a bit. I'm just going to leave that for the moment and go back here. Now the menus, so that was a bit of a mess. So here I've got double ups for some reason, so I'm just going to remove one of each of the double ups here. So just by clicking on what's already in the menu, you just click remove, remove, and oh, I see my menu on this one is a drop down menu, so it's coming up there. I'll remove that one. So then in the drop down menu here, I've got a welcome, about, blog, profiles and contact. That's all I want. That's the primary menu. Sometimes you can have more than one menu depending on the theme. Scroll back up to the top, go back here, go back. Then you have content options, and this is a way that you can change a little bit about how the blog's posts look. CSS you don't need to use, that is customizing your website. Widgets I will do later. They're all small little programs that you can add at the header or the footer or the sidebar. I'm going to leave that for now, and the home page we already did before. So I'm going to go ahead and publish that, and depending on how long that takes to publish, if I refresh, it should start to look a lot nicer. But in this particular theme, you can see I don't quite like the look of it. Oh, instead of the drop down here, it's got the menu across the top, but it doesn't work very well with my header. These are the widgets on the side, and that's scrolling way too far down. But let's say I want to get rid of these categories, archives, all of this stuff on the side here. That can be done via widgets. So if I go back to the customize, so here it's widgets, footer, no, sidebar there, my sidebar. Okay, so see there, I've got a stack of different widgets. I'm just going to delete some of them out. So let's remove that one. The Facebook plugin, so this is them there. So that's the categories. So this corresponds with that, but this will actually come up on the sidebar on the actual site. So that's categories, archives, just a text widget saying welcome. I'm going to take all of those out. The archives you can actually make as a drop down, so that will squeeze that up a lot. And the categories I'm going to display as a drop down and show the post counts and the hierarchy as well. A lot of learning this stuff is just playing with it. Top posts and pages I'm going to remove. And it's just knowing where to go to do things. I've already got archives, so I'm going to delete this off. And remember to publish or to save things. So again, when I refresh, instead of all this stuff that was down the side before, which are widgets, each of those on the right-hand side, when I refresh, half of them should disappear. So there we go. There's a drop down instead of the long. Then there's the archives, and there's the welcome, the search bar, the Facebook plugin, and it's looking much better. And that should be on every page, those widgets, I believe. Yep. There's the widgets. Another thing that you could do is see how here the widgets are on the right hand side. I'd like to have a couple across the bottom. Go back to welcome. So instead of them all coming up here, I might put those categories and those archives along the bottom here. So if I go back here, so see here it says sidebar, so I delete them, I remove them, just click on it here, remove, might take that Facebook page plugin off as well because that was taking up a bit too much space. And I might put the search bar at the top under the text, leave that there, and then the footer here is where I might drag across. Let's have a categories. Oops. What have I done there? I clicked on it. Okay, that did work. Add a widget, categories, and I'm going to have, there was an archive here. So you just click on it. For some reason, I'm not sure if I drag or click. That's archives, categories. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, I see. They're coming underneath each other, so I've done that twice. So in the categories again, I want to drop down, and same with the archives. And I'm going to publish. So when I go back to this tab and refresh, on the side here, all we have is a search bar and a welcome, and underneath I have them underneath each other, so that's where you'd use footer 1 and you'd put categories there, and footer 2 if you want archives. Let's do that. So let's remove the archives from footer 1. In footer 2, I'm going to put my categories. So I just click on categories, it'll come there. And then I will go to one more over here. I'll add a widget. And you can see there's a lot of different choices there. You can do an image, you can do your Instagram post, you can do links, even a music player. All of these are like little programs, maybe Twitter timeline. Maybe I'll put my Facebook page plugin back there. And you can change the size of it. I will do all of the settings later. But here, if I refresh it, then you've got the categories. Oh, I've done categories twice. One should have been archives. I'll go and fix that. And this will use all of my blog post categories. And when I change that back to archives, go back here. Let's delete that one. Let's remove, add a widget, and do archives. And then publish. So it may have all gone a bit quickly in that video if you're brand new to it, but I've spent a lot of hours just practicing and playing with WordPress websites. I love that I can now work on my own websites, and as you can see there, I've got a lot of control over how I make things look. In the past, you used to have to call a web designer anytime you wanted to make a change and pay them money to do any of these things. But WordPress gives you that ability to be able to control your own site. So whether you've got the free WordPress.com or whether you buy the upgrade, you've got a lot of different options there. So I hope that's helpful, and good luck working on your WordPress site.